10th season of The Author's Corner with H.D. Campbell. Each show is filled with news, reviews, technology, and interviews with authors and artists throughout the industry, with a surprise or two. And now, as always, here is our host, H.D. Campbell. Coming up on today's Author's Corner, Campbell. As always, I'm your host, H.D. Campbell. This episode, I have a huge interview for you. Sylvia Hubbard. If you don't know her, you will get to know her. Motown Writers Network is one of the biggest things coming out of Detroit, Michigan, as well as a whole lot of other things in the literary world. So I have a two-part interview. Part one will be this show. Part two will be next show. We're going to talk about everything from her starting in writing to what fuels her writing to what she's doing for the city of Detroit as far as the literary goes. She has a lot of irons in the fire. Then I have another talk with Antoine, who's one of our local authors. So, without further ado, after this messages, we will get right to it.
Bad intentions are deliberate. Is that a warning or a threat? No, it's a book by author Renee A. Beauty goes a long way and never seems to run out of road. Crave, a very gorgeous young lady, finds out that beauty does and doesn't matter when she's introduced to Blair, better known as Big Time B. After clubbing with her friend Gretchen, she and Blair end up having a one-night stand. He knows how to pleasure her treasure. What does that mean? Well, I guess you must buy Bad Intentions Are Deliberate by author Renee A. Buy it at Amazon or at www.naughtyandnicenovels.com and coming soon to your favorite bookstore. Go to www.regicrochet.com for that one-of-a-kind item. That's www.regicrochet.com.
Welcome back to the show. Now remember, we're in season 10, meaning there's going to be a lot of classic commercials, a lot of classic things showing up, or even a lot of outtakes from me over the past 10 years of shows. Excuse me. But before we even talk about all that, I want to get into the interview with Sylvia Hubbard. She'll be talking about the Motown Writers Network and everything else. Here it is.
For writing itself, it was more or less my mother. She, when I was 6 or 7, I used to lie to her a lot when I was a little girl. So after she would give me a book, I would have to write, what I lied about down, and then come back to her and repeat it as a punishment. And I just found out that, my lies looked better on paper than it did telling her, and less painful too. So I started writing more stories on paper and, exaggerating them more and more until, I just learned to just tell stories by myself. And when I was about 12, I decided I wanted to be a romance And I just had to make the book, but the library wouldn't let me check it out, so I stole it. And I read that book in like one night, and I was gone. I was like, this is what I want to write. So I did return the book, like almost 15 years later.
Wow.
So it was like, I returned the book after I read Stephen King's Library Cop.
Right.
I got so terrified. I was like, I need to return the book.
You know, speaking of Stephen King, in reference to your story, I think we picked the greatest career because there was a 60 Minutes interview about 10 years ago where he actually says that we are professional liars. Authors are basically, that's what we are.
Storytellers, that's what I like to say.
Right. So tell me about tell me how did we get from wanting to write to your very first few titles?
Well, it was like the Y2K kind of thing going on. You know how everybody was panicking about, oh, I gotta get this done, and I had really never finished a book, and published it. And I was like, I would love to do that. I would love to just publish a book. So it was like a lot going on, and that's when Ex Libris had just started, the print-on-demand company, and they were printing books for free. And a friend of mine had found it, another literary friend, and she was like, well, I don't trust this company. And I was like, well, I'll hurry up and finish this book and send it to them just to see what's going to happen. I didn't really think it was going to happen. I thought, they'd come back and say, okay, we need more money, and then they didn't. Like, in 3 weeks, like, I got a bound book on my porch, and it was like somebody dropped a baby off. Like, I was excited, but I didn't know what to do with it. And I was like, so I kind of got into publishing books like backwards, like where everybody learns how to, write, publish, and market a book. I kind of like jumped into the marketing school because I was like, okay, now that I got a book, what do I do next? And, I spent like the next 3-4 years of my life going through trials and tribulations trying to figure all of that out. So I kind of got the big picture down first before I learned how to publish. And then I already knew how to write books. I had trained myself on how to write my own books and everything. So it was I guess it was a kind of a good bad thing that I did. But it was like the next book I came out with was like maybe in 2003. And by that time I had learned about self-publishing. I learned about, more marketing things. So, I kind of, like I said, got into it kind of backwards where everybody did the publishing and writing. Publishing and marketing, whereas I did the marketing and then the publishing. So I guess that's a good thing, but bad. I don't suggest it for everybody.
Well, I don't think of it as bad to the point where you learned early, because you have a lot of authors, myself included. I learned that. I'm 6 books in, about to be 7 books in. I had to learn that waiting for publishers and looking for publishers and all. If you learn how to publish and market yourself, you wouldn't have that problem. So you actually, when you think of it as good and bad thing, I'm thinking of it as you're a quicker study than the rest of us.
Like I jumped in the deep end of the pool, like where everybody else was trying to learn how to swim. I was like, oh yeah, let me just jump over here.
Oh, we were just putting our toes in the water, right? So yeah.
I learned about the marketing, then I learned about the publishing, and I was still trying to submit to big publishers or sitting down with agents, but as I got more and more in the business, I started publishing more books, I was like, okay, I can write this book and then I can do it myself, and I'm kind of a control freak anyway, so it worked out well for me. And then, like, as a single mom, I needed that extra income, so I realized
every day is a learning process. You just don't get up and, hey, I know everything, so I'm going to do everything. No, it's a learning process. The more I watch you do your thing, the more I remain inspired to continue on doing my thing.
Right, because it's all about that process. It's really about never stop learning. I still go into ebook classes, or I still go to publishing workshops, because I always feel somebody knows something a little bit more than what I know. So I always tell people, keep yourself open to learning. Number one, it keeps you young. Number two, it helps empower you to a better future. So when you say, I'm going to wake up and be better, then be better by learning something more. Something more about making your business better. And if you're an entrepreneur, you should be trying to learn something all the time. You should be subscribed to blogs. You should be reading the feeds. You should be finding out more about what's to come in technology. Don't wait for technology and the information to come to you. Go find that information. If you wake up and say, well, how did she do that? Then find out, how did that author do that? Or you see a pretty picture that an author made, and you know that the author is kind of like in line with you, then go ask that author, how did they do that? What app did you use? How are you creating these things, that is making your promotion so much better than mine? A lot of authors would love to share. They do love to share. Not like back in the day when you had to buy a full course and they still didn't tell you nothing. But now authors are willing to share the information, willing to give you what you need, but closed mouths don't get fed. So if you're not out there asking and trying to get the information, you will never learn that information and be able to grow.
Okay, I'm gonna go off topic just briefly before I get back on. You made a very valid point. And with a lot of authors, I'll talk about the state of African American authors and the fact of how we relate in the market. Very few of us share what we learn. Very few of us, market, help others market. You're one of those few that will actually share. Hey, number one, there's no secrets. Quit letting people tell you there are secrets out there. This is how you do it. Yeah, you have to work at it.
You literally cannot be a master at anything without students. And that's in anything. You cannot be the master of anything without someone learning from what you've already garnered. So you are obliged as a human being to pass along that information that you have learned, whether it's good information or bad information. If you've learned something, whether it's a bad lesson or a good lesson, pass it on to other people so either they won't make the mistake or they become better. Because either way, we all going to learn some kind of lesson from what someone teaches us. So when you are teaching other people of what you learned or what you found out, which you did for free, then yes, go ahead and tell them. Because you have more things to learn. You're going to always be ahead of the game. Unless that person is like on the same trail as you and in the same classes or stalking you, literally following you around, you are always going to find out more information, because then once you learn something, master it, pass it on, then you're going to be on to the next thing while the person you pass it on is trying to learn the last thing you left them with. So it's nothing wrong with sharing the information, because we will all love to be up at the top. But you gotta go over and you gotta be lifted up there instead of just pushed up there. Because then when you're lifted up there, you have a stronger base, a stronger foundation. Whereas when you're pushed up there, you're teetering on that, and you might lose it. That's how I feel.
See, that's pretty awesome. And see, there's enough room for everyone, but we have to get up there the right way.
Right, because you can only sell a book to a reader one time. Yeah, you might get a book club. You might, that might lead you to a book club. That might lead you to a huge audience. But you really can only sell that book to them one time, really. So go ahead and introduce them to other authors. Go ahead and let them know, hey, go over there and find those books. Because you're giving them more, it's like you're giving them more crack for their addiction then they're going to come
like that.
back to the dealer with you and get your books deal. So it's not like once you find an avid reader, you're going to have them for life. But keep feeding them so they don't go away. And if you can't produce enough content, then find some other author who produces content, you know, in opposition of you, and then just say, hey, read this while I finish up this book. But there's nothing wrong with that, because that reader is going to be like, oh my God, thanks for that great book. You got another book? You got another book? Because they love to read. Readers are voracious, and we need to keep feeding them no matter what.
Okay. Now, and so let me backtrack a bit. Tell me about your first few titles that sort of put you on the map.
So my first few titles were Dreams of Reality. That was my first book. And then my second book was Stone's Revenge. So Dreams of Reality was kind of like a hey, gutsy romance thriller that kind of took me into leading me down the path of really finding my voice. And then once I got into Stone's Revenge, which was really my baby, that's the baby I had been working on for so long. You know how you meet authors and they're like, I've been working on this book for 10 years. And actually, it was Stone's Revenge was like, I'm going in and I'm like, oh, I don't like it and it has to be perfect and everything. So I didn't want anybody to touch my baby. So I decided to go ahead and publish it as my second book, because now that I understood the marketing and publishing aspect, that's what I did. And so that became a psychological thriller. And then my third book was Stealing Innocence, which was actually supposed to be a light romance, but it turned into another, like, dark, really dark romance system. And that's how I kind of found, between Stealing Innocence and Stone's Revenge, I really found my niche that I loved of creating dark characters, or men or women on the brink of breaking before they either take the path of no return or go into the light of love. So that's pretty much it. That's how, and then after that it was kind of like a rolling, because everybody got problems. I just kind of like in my books exaggerate the problems and the faults of people and how it affects how we perceive people and how we receive love. So it kind of got into this gambit of, you know, there are a million love stories, especially, there are a million problems wrong with people. And just put them all together and make it kind of work. Because everybody needs love, even crazy people, so.
I love that. See that. I think that's another thing I think we have in common. I love creating problems. No matter what book, I love causing trouble, just so I can see how I can sort of fix the problem. Kind of narcissistic, but.
And I love having characters who always give us problems, and then you introduce another problem to exaggerate the problem they already have, or the fault they already are trying to keep secret. And I love manipulating the way how, you know, everyone thinks that this is how you find love, but I think that as a writer, I'm there to challenge you to say there's no true path to love. It's all about how you react and receive it. So I love like bringing that to light of, yes, you thought this was going to happen, but it didn't happen the way you want it to happen. But it's still, because this is a romance, you still will get the happily ever after, just an unimaginable one. I think everyone should have an unimaginable love story at one point, and I love to bring that to light.
And you bring it back, and you bring it to light very well. So my next question to you is, how many books do you have? Because you have a lot of books.
Now I'm at 45, and I just finished up 46 with my daddy's girl, and then which I hope to publish either this year or I'm pitching actually to another agent in May. So if they don't meet my terms, because I am, then I'll be publishing it all later this year, along with finishing part 2 of Emperor's Heart and Betrayed and The Murderer's Lover. So I'll hopefully be finishing up 3
So you have a lot of titles over all the years, and you've been well. We've all been writing a long time, but you have a lot of books under your belt. So that's very. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, my goal is to do 50 books by 50, so I'm almost there. So, yay!
Well, you still have another 20 years.
Oh yeah.
So you'll make it. So how does that work? Because a lot of people would like to get an agent. They don't know how to get an agent. How would someone go about?
Yeah, I have a daughter that I have that agreed to have an agent. So I decided my years trying to have an agent. With the marketing, with the publishing industry now, I love that it's changed enough to give to authors more power. I do love that, to give writers more power over their work, where you're earning more. Back in the day, it wasn't like that when we first got into it. It wasn't like that. Like, they had all the control. And it was crazy, because that's why I kind of turned my back on it, because I was like, well, you're not gonna make money off of what I created. That's crazy. And I'm supposed to agree to that. Now, the authors are turning the table, writers are turning the table where they have more control over what's produced and how their work is, than ever before. So that is why I said, I'll jump back into the game of trying to get an agent. And so, like, it's a conference coming up here in Michigan. It's called the Michigan Writers Workshop. And I have signed up to actually meet with an agent that day. So that'll be pretty cool. My heart will be racing, and, as I'll probably be like a new author all over again. But, just keeping my foot in the water and seeing if my work is agentable or publishable by another company, that's going to be a big, like, oh, wow, I'm actually there. So I'll keep you guys updated. Visit my website, and I'll let you guys know.
All right. Before we get to the website, first, one thing, you messed up just now, putting your foot in the water. You already submerged. Anyway, ignoring their foot in the water. Oh. The new pool. Okay, I'll accept that. All right. So let's fast forward. Explain to me about the Motown Writers Network.
So I created it back in 2000, about the same time I did produce a book, only because I wanted to know more about publishing and marketing. And authors, like I said back then, wasn't giving out information. But I figured out a way. If you talk to an author and you ask them questions and they know that they're going to be spotlighted in something, you do an interview with them, they'll drop all the dimes and dishes on tips and tricks we're helping writers get to their literary goal, but we connect readers to Michigan authors because I wanted to really highlight, what Michigan has to offer. And then at that time, Michigan was taking like a downturn. So I was going around saying, if you can't buy a car in Michigan, buy a Michigan author's book because you're putting money back into the economy immediately by helping that author and creating a more literate society. So it just grew into that and grew into more things where, I'm donating books or doing book drives, setting up literary pavilions for different organizations and, started teaching classes about that same time more and more and more where, I'm telling, I'm sharing information that, people just didn't want to share. And I didn't care, people blackballed me. I would go there, I couldn't afford books. I couldn't afford my paperback books. And people would blackball me because I'd go set up a table with a form where you could just order an ebook and I'll send it to you.
You got blackballed for that because you found a way to make it?
Yeah, well, pretty much I was ahead of my time, in doing the ebooks because nobody did ebooks. And it was funny because T.C. Royal once told me, she was like, people would get so mad because I'd get in the group when everybody would be, promoting their paperback book. I'd get in there and like, buy an ebook.
No.
Authors, because like back then, no one really knew how to promote books online. There was no strategy to it. There was no one had really done it. This was a new thing, with downloadable books. So I started actually going to other resources, other marketers. Like, how are they getting people to get up and go to the internet and buy their product? That's a strategy to make somebody want to buy something off the internet, especially like back then when people weren't trusting the internet, and you still have that problem. But I figured out you have to make a way, make it as easy as possible for the consumer to get your product. So learning that whole gambit of that and then teaching people in Michigan, that you have a product. We're all going through bankruptcy. We're all going through unemployment. But you have a way to create a product and make some money off of it. You can do it. So that was my whole thing with Motown Writers Network. Everyone can create a product and make money off of it. Whether you have a product, a service, no matter what, you can use the internet. So it kind of grew into this huge monster that I just kind of hug all the time. Every royalty book sale, my book sales go into it to produce it. I make everything for free on the site as much as possible because I want people to have this knowledge. I want people to see that it's possible that if you create something, you can make money off of it.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Told you we had a lot of good times. We had good times talking about writing. We had a lot of good times talking about a lot of other things. And yes, in about 20 years, she'll be did her 50th book by the time she's 50. So, well, when we come back, we'll get to Antoine Cannon. But first, here's another classic promo. In fact, this is my first promo for my very first show, Banner Mode. Coming up on the Author's Corner with H.D. Campbell, I have lots of guests, lots of surprises waiting for you. We will be speaking to our first spotlight author, Keisha Green, author of And Even If I Did and others. Next, we'll have a lighthearted and funny chat with comedy duo Frangela about life, comedy, and pop culture. Then I'll be talking to two-time author Mary Walker about her latest project. Then the latest in industry news, commentary, and surprises coming your way.
She is the queen of my existence. She is someone's black mother, someone's black daughter, someone's black sister. In fact, who are you to disrespect our black sisters? The ones who bore our children, cooked our meals, and kept our two cool selves out of jail. Have you checked out How to Lose a Black Woman, the second printing? Same Bruce Williams with an updated story and more heart than the original. You can check out the second printing of How to Lose a Black Woman for only $14.95. You can check it out from these booksellers, your favorite bookstore, and even on Kindle and Nook. And as always, let your writing fuel your spirit.
Go to www.regicrochet.com for that one-of-a-kind item. That's www.regicrochet.com.
This is Bert Sanford with the headlines. 2 men were arrested today in a carjacking ring that Who murdered Bert Sanford on the air? It's a murder so gritty, investigative reporter Mark Alexander comes out of retirement to expose a conspiracy surrounding Bert Sanford's assassination. Catch Late Murder at 10, the reprint, coming April 30th.
My next guest is Antoine Cannon. Antoine Cannon is a new author locally right here in St. Louis, where I'm from and where the show is taping, but he's already 4 books in. He's a very busy man who always just finds time to write, and he's always very confident about his writing. So without further ado, here's Antoine Cannon.
And what made you actually decide to put pen to paper? What was that one thing that made you do that?
I'm not sure if it was just one thing. Actually, I'm a minister of religion, and I believe in the voice of God to say, okay, it's time. I've given you the gift to write. I'm going to write. I'm going to believe that's what it was.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the books you sent me that I've read, I love them. I love your writing. I love your style. What is your style? Because it's actually, number one, your journal is along the line of my genres, which is what I love. But what is your writing style?
Actually, I believe in getting right to it, right to the point, right to the action. I can open it up, get changed up, and I need to make sure the reader understands what's going on, and then I just get right to it. That's my style. I can plain writing. I don't need a lot of big words. I just want to tell the story.
See, I like that. I like it when the author gets to the point. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because you have some authors that do too much detail, have some not enough. You tend to actually have enough detail just to keep up with the story, which is something a lot of authors can learn. Huh? I'm sorry?
That's all you really need. You want to know what's going to happen. You get a picture of it and you go with it.
I like that. You're also very descriptive, which is another thing that I like about it. So let's get right to it. Tell me about your first. Tell me what happened. Tell me, how did you get your first book published? And tell me a little bit about your first book.
Actually, I went to creation days. I self-published. I wrote the Yellow Jacket Genesis. Actually, that was the longest book it took me to write, because I kept stopping and starting. It took me over 2 years to write that book, believe it or not. And then I finally got it done, and I published on creation days.
Okay. So what made you decide to self-publish?
Honestly, and I'll be straight honest with you, I just didn't have a whole lot of money to be paying somebody else to do it. And that's just
tell you what, my friend, you're off to a very good start. Was there any hesitation that before you started writing, was there anybody in your ear saying, no, you can't do this, don't do this, you shouldn't do this?
No, actually, I was in my own ear because I was really self-conscious about what people would think about my writing. Will people like it? Will they laugh, my own covers? Will they constantly criticize? And then I just learned, something I can keep going for it and be me. But actually, I was my biggest critic, and I was the one who was there.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. You always have to be your first critic. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I say, we've had so many false starts to where we try to get together, interview, and things happen. But in between, you wrote 4 books. I mean, this is great. How do the ideas come to you?
I've always had a very active imagination. When I was young, I played Dungeons and Dragons and all types of role-playing games. I like to play whatever just from my television and my television library hooked up to my computer now. I play Neverwinter. My imagination has always been like, I had a lot to draw from always when I was young.
Okay.
My third book, actually, I came up with the idea for my third book when I was about 15 or 16 years old, but I never got it written until last year.
Well, now we're going to get to your books. Give me the synopsis of your first book, and tell me what influenced that.
Yellow Jacket Genesis was influenced by strong women in my life. My mother, my wife, my sister, and my daughter, all the strongest black women in my life. And the lead character of that story is a black woman. As a matter of fact, the lead character in all my stories was black.
Mm-hmm.
And they prompted me to go forward and say, you know what, I can do this. I just looked up the street. I've been living in my life, they've all been through something. And I just said, wow. So I think my books honor black women. Especially my first 3, Yellow Jacket Genesis and Yellow Jacket, The Price of Freedom, have the same main character. And then my third book, which is a similar series called The Realms of Palador, Art Warrior, that's a fantasy book. It has a black female lead also.
And how important to you is that the books have strong black leads, especially strong black female leads?
Oh, that's very cool. Everybody knows how strong the black woman is to begin with.
Yes.
Working it out of the shadows, it's got a black male lead. And I think I'll have more of those. But I really want to be known that I love my black women. I just think the world of them, and I want the rest of the world to think the world of them.
See, like I say, you got a good mind, you got a good track, you have good books.
I can't easily review since I want to. The hardest thing is to get people to read your book. It's even harder than writing. Once you got written, people think the whole part is over.
No, right.
You need people to read your book without standing on their chest and making them read it. That's the difficult part. But I found everyone who reads my book actually likes it. It's just getting people to read.
That's it. What type of marketing are you using?
Well, right now, basically, I'm on all social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Like I said, I'm a member of a bunch of different groups that are on Facebook. They're like thousands of members.
And you work very hard. You have a full-time job, you have a family, and you've written 4 books. Please tell me, how do you find the time?
Well, actually, I wrote those books at a time where I worked the second shift at 3 to 11. So actually, I was able to write during the morning. So if I wasn't tired, I was able to go ahead and write. My hours have changed, so it may be a little bit different now, working on my next 2 books. But that's what happens. Those first books I was able to write because I wrote during the day. So I had school work.
Okay. And say it again?
You know, weekends, of course.
Of course. So finding time to write is easy, and the word flowing are easy. So that's wonderful. You've never had a period of writer's block or any of that, or stress or anything like that?
All the time. All the time. I have to sit and I have to think. Every writer does it differently, but sometimes I have to think an outline of what I want to write about. I have to think of it beforehand. And sometimes I just go over here and the ideas come to me, and sometimes as I write them. It just depends on how I feel at that time. But I think everybody suffers writer's block in life.
Yes.
But it always going to be stressed.
And see, right.
You have to discipline yourself.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely. So is there anything that you don't like about writing?
Anything that I don't like about it? Actually, like I had said before, the hardest thing anything was to read it. Keep my reviews. I expect the writer to lie, and I expect, the stress on the life and everything like that. Make it hard for you to write sometimes. But once you're done with the book, you want everybody to read. You want everybody to share what you think. Your writing is who you are inside. You want everybody to share who you are. You want people to share it. Hey, this is me. When I put this book out, this is me. This is a piece of me that you get to share. That's how I see it. And I want everybody to share some of me.
Right. I truly understand. So in saying that, do you have a website or?
Actually, I do have a site right now. You can sign up with
You're very upbeat. You're very confident. You're going to go far in this industry. I just hope you know that.
Thank you. I'm going to try. When it comes to the Lord, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, this is not a problem. So what do you like to do when you're not writing?
I'm a martial artist. I'm a second black belt in part of jiu-jitsu. I like to watch television. I like to spend time with my lovely wife. She supports me in everything. You know how I feel.
Yes.
I just sit and I get out of the uniform and I just, other than martial arts class, I don't do it.
I understand. So, where you project the coming year as far as your writing goes?
Well, I know for sure I'm going to write two more books. I'm working on it right now. One is called, actually it's the second book in my Mark Chaos series. That's my Black Vampire series, the middle lead here. Lives here in St. Louis. And I'm a big homer, and in the book I mention all kinds of streets and things that are here acting the city. That first book is called Out of the Shadows. The second book is called Interesting. So I'm going to finish that this year. Also, I'm writing another book called The Other Side of January. It's about a mirror that's possessed. Of course, that he character is a black female. She's in the tango. She comes across a mirror that's possessed.
So where do you come up with these ideas? And what advice do you give new authors, new writers coming up who's trying to get to your level now?
Just right. Just right. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Just right. There are always going to be people who don't like it. There are always going to be people who do. We're just right. It's just right. That's the best advice I can give anyone. Just right. Whatever your thoughts are, just right. Jot it down on a piece of paper if you have some time on it. Put it in your phone so you can keep the thought. Whatever you do, right. Just right.
Look for Antoine Cannon in the future shows because he's going to do a lot of big things and also catch him in a lot of events that's going to be coming up here soon. In fact, I'll keep you informed on all of them. Now, when we come back, I'll give you a little bit of author's advice and a few other messages. Stay tuned.
Check out the grand opening for Reed G Crochet. It's a one-of-a-kind shop for one-of-a-kind crochet items. What do you imagine? Can Sharitha crochet it for you? Bet she can. One-of-a-kind items for one-of-a-kind artists. Contact Sharitha Newsom for details at RERELL30@yahoo.com or log on to her website at www.regcrochet for pricing and details. It's Reg Crochet, where art meets practicality.
Welcome back to the show. For this final segment, I want to talk to you about making time for your craft, making time for your business, making time, period. As an author, I also run a publishing company I started. I also do this show. I interview authors. I do editing for people. I do a lot of different things for different clients. But I can't do that unless I actually make time. Now, I have an assistant, which she's lovely. Her name is Lula Carter, and she's awesome. But you have to make time. And I can't say this enough. Time means you can't have days where you say, oh, I just don't feel like getting up to do it. No. Boy, don't I wish. You have days where you just don't feel like doing anything, but you have to get up, you have to take a shower, you have to sit at that desk, and you have to do what you have to do. I'm working on my next book right now and a few other things, and that actually is taking a lot of discipline. Discipline is the key word here. If you don't have the discipline, then you can't really do your craft very well. And then, too, if you have family, let family know, hey, there's going to be times I may not be available for this, that, or the other. And then, because you'll be at your office, you'll be taking care of clients or what have you. But there's a flip side of that. Don't be so in tune with your business that you tune out your family. You have to create a balance. A balance is also good. See, all that, take care of all that, you take care of you. A healthier you is a better businessman, a better father, a better mother, a better everything. And two, don't get so caught up with competition and politics and everything of the business to the point where you lose focus, you lose sight. I mean, take everything in stride. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then there's no reason to be doing it. If you're just doing this just to make money, then you're not going to be happy. If you're doing this just for fame and exposure and red carpets and all this other stuff, then there's no point. Me personally, I want people to read my books. I want people to see my show. I want people to know who I am, hear my voice. Yes, there's that profit that you want to make, for bills and doing things you want to do, but that is not your big priority. So, that's it for the Author's Corner. Thank you. Next week, we got 2 more guests. In fact, let's see who we have next on the Author's Corner. Corner, peace, hair grease, which I don't need any, and as always, that you're riding through your spirit, and God bless.